everyone. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? All right, so I don't even have a topic for tonight. Um, Somebody did suggest that we talk about vinegar for skincare, which is a good one. Vinegar is a little bit of a topic, but I don't know. I kind of want to talk about something that was a little bit more exciting, but I'm gonna wait for y'all to come into the chat, and I'm gonna get some feedback from you guys. So yeah, so I'm gonna organize my notes real quick while you guys start to step in here. Okay, it's a Friday night. It's raining out here in LA, which is cool. We need it. I think we're supposed to have like a whole week of rain, and people are going to lose their shit. Literally. Hold on. Okay. People are going to lose their shit, literally. Okay, so just to get started and to jump into it, we're going to go ahead and we are going to talk about vinegar and skincare. I'm trying to remember if I've ever used vinegar. I believe I used vinegar. I added vinegar into a face mask. This was years ago. I actually think I have a video of it on here. I used the Indian clay mask and I put vinegar inside of that clay mask. And I think that, and I probably use vinegar only a few times in my skincare routine, but we're going to do a whole breakdown because I really want to become a lot more educational. I don't want to be surface level with you guys. I don't want to make this something that is, no, I'm going to get all the way into it. So we're going to talk about what vinegar is. Can I change the name of this live actually? Can I even comment? Hold on, let's figure out something real quick. It's so crazy because I'm like, I can't comment on my own live. Is that not a thing? No. They have like filters. Okay, I guess. I thought I'd be able to at least. I think we were able to, but hold on. Let me see if I can do it from my iPad. If I can just jump into my own live, if you will, and comment. Hold on. Just so that I can give you guys the people who are coming in, so you guys know what we are talking about, because I didn't put it in the live description. Okay. Now, can I pin that? Hold on. Pin message. Okay, perfect. All right, so this is what we are going to be talking about, vinegar for skincare. Just to kind of start it off as well. So that is going to be the conversation of the night. And then if you guys have any comments about anything or questions, just let me know. So we're going to get into what vinegar is, the benefits for the skin, and how to use it. So give me a second. Let me get my notes together. Hold on. And I think there's only one person in here too, because I want to give you guys time to actually get into the live. I feel like I be just ready to go and talk and get the live started. But one thing I noticed is that I be talking to myself, and I really want you guys to jump in on the lives so that we can have conversation and it's not just me talking to myself. So I'm going going to go ahead and give it a little bit more time for you guys to get in here. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we are first going to be talking about, we're first going to break down what vinegar is. This is going to be a very detailed live because I want to make sure that you guys are getting the full spectrum of what you're using on your face. I'm all about education, and so I'm not going to be, this isn't going to be a boom, 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 boom video. This is going to be a very detailed video. So get your pen, get paper, and let's get to it. All right. This is going to be skin education 101. All right. So we're going to first get into what is vinegar. Before you start to get that ingredient and put it on your face, let's talk about what it is. We have to know what we are using entirely. Okay. Not just picking up a product and using it. So let's get into what is vinegar. I don't even know if I should start off with that because also too, mind you, there are so many different types of vinegars. So also keep that in mind. Okay, anyways, as y'all can see, I'm stalling because I'm trying to wait for y'all to get in here so we can have a whole party and I'm not talking to myself. What was that? It's rainy outside, so I don't know if y'all can hear it. But okay, let's go ahead. All right, so what is vinegar? So vinegar is a fermented alcohol, pretty much. Vinegar is a fermented alcohol. It's like how can I explain this to you guys, making it simple? So it's a fermented alcohol. I'm not even gonna make this difficult. It's a fermented alcohol, right? And there are different types of vinegar, by the way. All right. So you have like the regular white vinegar. You have the apple cider vinegar, which people use a lot in skincare and they take for like digestive benefits. You have balsamic vinegar. You have rice vinegar. You have red white wine vinegar. So you have different types of vinegars. And the one common one that we are really going to like get to is the apple cider vinegar, because that is the one that people usually use when it comes to skin and to take as a shot for your digestive tract. So we're not going to really talk about the other vinegars. We're going to keep it really like on that spectrum. Okay. So vinegar, that is exactly what vinegar is. So we're going to talk about now vinegar for skin. And like I said before, apple cider vinegar is one of the vinegars that is very common when it comes to using it in your beauty practices. So vinegar is great. The benefits of vinegar for skin. This is why I take notes, y'all, because my mind be in a whole different world. But anyways, vinegar for skin, the benefits of vinegar for skin is that it is a mild antibacterial and antifungal. Okay, so it has those properties of removing bacteria and fungus from the skin. And so that is why people use it in a way of like a toner. I've seen people do that where they put it on a cotton round and they would just go ahead and put it onto the face or any other part of the body as an antibacterial, antifungal property. It also helps to restore the skin's natural pH. Once again, I've seen people use that in a great way of using it as a toner to balance out the skin's pH. And of course, when it comes to apple cider vinegar, you have to understand that it is acidic. So some people, depending on your skin sensitivity, you want to dilute it down with some water. Okay, you want to dilute it down before you apply it to your skin. And it's also a great source of exfoliation for the skin as well. It helps to remove dead skin cells And some people say it's a great, like, mild chemical exfoliant. I don't know how deep that goes, but that's been said too. Um, so a few warnings when it comes to using vinegar is that you want to make sure you dilute it. Apple cider vinegar specifically, we're talking about apple cider vinegar because that is the most commonly used vinegar when it comes to skin. You want to make sure you are diluting this with water. Please do not take apple cider vinegar on its own and pour that bad boy on your face or use it on your face. No, dilute it into a spray bottle or put some of it into a bottle with some water, pour it onto your cotton round and use it on the face. But definitely make sure you are diluting it. You don't want to use this on any rashes, wounds, or any broken skin. Keep it away from the eye area, of course. You always want to protect those eyes. And also, don't use it on children. That's what it says. Don't use it on children. Okay. Let's see. You can also use it as a spot treatment. So let's say you have like acne, a breakout of some sort. You can use the apple cider vinegar mix to spot treat your face, and a toner as well. Okay. So that is how you would use vinegar on the face. Now, there are some skin types that should avoid vinegar altogether, okay? If you are sensitive skin, eczema, rosacea, or any other chronic irritation when it comes to skin, you want to avoid using apple cider vinegar, okay? Also, if you have had any reactions to acids prior, you want to stay away from apple cider vinegar. And then if you use it, if there are any type of like irritation, redness, or burning occurs, please stop using the apple cider vinegar. Okay. Um, mm, So let's get into how often you want to use apple cider vinegar because this is important as well. Now that you know what it is a fermented alcohol. You know the benefits of it, where it is antibacterial, antifungal. It helps to balance out the skin's pH. It also helps to exfoliate the skin, so you know what it is, the benefits. The skin types that should stay away from apple cider vinegar, which is if you have anything like eczema, psoriasis, anything that causes chronic irritation of the skin. If you are sensitive to acids, you want to stay away from apple cider vinegar. So now that you know like the key things of it, let's talk about how often you can use it. Oh, and also how you can use vinegar is by diluting it, using it as a toner or a spot treatment on the face. Okay. So how often you can use apple cider vinegar? Because this is really needed. This is a key thing so that you make sure you are getting the benefits of apple cider vinegar and you are not doing the opposite of jacking your skin up. Okay. So first of all, if you have oily prone or acne prone skin, you can use it up to 3 times out the week. But that's only depending on how your skin reacts to it. Okay. If you're not having any type of irritation or anything like that, then you can use it up to 3 times out the week. But usually 1 to 2 times out the week is enough. All right. Also, if you're using it as a spot treatment, you can use it once a day. Once again, I think the key thing when it comes to using apple cider vinegar is that you want to make sure you are diluting it. That is like something in my research of looking at apple cider vinegar for face, I've seen a lot of like emphasis on making sure that it's diluted. And the reason why is because it's an acid. And we have to understand acids can be very, very, they can be very, very like, not aggressive, but they can be very harsh on the skin. So you want to make sure you are diluting it. All right. So also too, the way that I used it years ago is that I added apple cider vinegar into a mask, and that is another way you can do it by adding a little couple of drops of it into a clay face mask that you're making at home, to put on your face, and that also gives you the benefits of it. And I think that that way may be also a little bit safer, because then you won't be just putting it directly on the face; it's mixed into something. So I definitely think if you're unsure about using apple cider vinegar, definitely try it in a face mask. All right. Um, so yeah. Okay, so another major thing when it comes to apple cider vinegar is that you want to make sure that you know your skin type and how to use it. So if you are one that is sensitive skin, definitely I would say stay away from apple cider vinegar. Don't do it. Okay. Don't do it. Of course, like we talked about, or as I stated before, you want to stay away from that. But if you are acne prone, even if you are dry skin, you can use it. But I would say just be mindful that it is an acid and it can dry out the skin a little bit more. But yeah, so you just want to be mindful of your skin type. So that's pretty much how you would use what a whole snapshots of acid or vinegar is. Acid, not acid, but vinegar is an acid, but vinegar, that's what we're talking about, of what it is and what it does for your skin. Okay. So how far are we? Only 16 minutes in. Okay. All right. So I guess we can talk about another skincare topic. Does anybody have any skincare topics for me? If not, I guess I can just free ball it. And then the floor is open if you guys have any questions about skincare. hmm Let's talk about, you know what, something that I actually want to talk about is genetics and skincare. Now, this is a topic that I don't know a lot about, but a lot of the times when I talk to people or they see me, they go, "Oh my God, your skin is amazing." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I do XYZ." And they tell me, "Oh, but it's also your genetics. Like you just have amazing skin genetically." And so, like, that is something as well that I think when it comes to skin that people don't talk about, Um, there is a part of it too, like it doesn't matter. There's a part of it too where you have to know that your genetics play a part. Because sometimes there's people out there who just got it because of their genetics. I'm telling you, and that's across the board. That's from hair, skin, nails, eyelashes. I seen this girl the other day. I did her eyebrows. Her eyelashes were beautiful, beautiful naturally, full naturally, not even an ounce of mascara on, naturally. And I was like, girl, people go and sit in a chair and get individual lashes just to have what you have. But genetically, she just has beautiful eyelashes. You get what I'm saying? So I think, as well, when we are like, not just about skin, but I feel like in general, when we are looking at what we want when it comes to beauty, we have to also realize that genetics do play a part. That is just something wholeheartedly that we just cannot avoid. You get what I'm saying? So you got to think about that part too. You know what I'm saying? Like if your mama was balding at the age of 25 and you start to see in the middle of the front of your head at the age of 24, it's starting to get a little thin. It's just the cards that we were dealt. You get what I'm saying? And there's a lot of things that we do out there in the beauty industry to help fill the gaps of the things that we want. But genetics do play a role as well in the beauty of someone and what they have. Genetics, but also too, you can mess those genetics up if you aren't taking care of yourself right. So that's where also that balance comes from, where it does play a role on what you do as well. Okay. Let me see. What can we talk about? Oh, okay, fine. Let's talk about this then, because actually talks about this too kind of zones in on the conversation that I was having the other day in the comment section with someone who was like, because there was something I put up on my shorts talking about something like how you treat your skin is a reflection of how you feel about yourself, or what your skin looks like is a reflection of how you treat yourself. And she responded and said, oh no, I use all the products in the world and my skin still looks jacked up. And I responded to her and I said, it's not just about skincare products, it's about your wholeness as well. And I really, really, this is another important topic to really talk about, because you got a lot of y'all fail to really realize that your diet and your lifestyle have a major impact on how your skin looks. It does. It has a major impact on how your skin looks. If you are eating processed food, junk food, sodas, what do you think is going to happen with your skin? If you're not giving your body, and I always say your internal shows up here. So if you're not eating right and you're dehydrated, you're not getting the right vitamins, not enough B vitamins, not enough things that support your internal world. Because there's something that I heard, I don't know how true this is, but I would think it kind of meshes up, is that when your body is not getting what it needs, the first place that it stops producing, I think, is like the nails, the hair, the skin. So that's why you start to see you have brittle hair, brittle nails, skin's messed up, because it stops giving nutrients to the parts of the bodies that don't need it, because it has to go to the other organs and things like that, right? So if you are not giving your body what it needs for it to be wholly healthy, what do you think is going to happen with your skin? And it does not matter what you use on your skin. It ain't it. It ain't it. You will not see your skin look its best no matter how many serums and everything that you use on it. I tell people it is a whole system. Not only that, another part of this conversation that I want to have is your emotional wellness, your mental wellness, I cannot stress this enough, right? If you are emotionally unwell and you're stressed, sad, depressed, worried, it shows up on the skin. If you are mentally unwell, you're not, thinking the right things, you're thinking negatively, you're stressing and worrying and anxiety, it shows up where? On the skin. The skin is your telltale sign of what is going on internally. And I need for a lot of you guys to realize that. You got with that man a month ago. Your skin looks spectacular, beautiful. And you got with this man who is not the right man for you. And then you're wondering why you're all of a sudden breaking out. Dark circles because you ain't sleeping because he's stressing you out. You not drinking your water, you're not eating right because you're worried about what he doing. It's not just about what products you're putting on your face. This is a whole system, and I don't know how many times I can say it. I don't know how many times I can say that. If you want to know what is going on in your life, or if something is not meant for you, look at how your skin looks. Look at how your skin looks. Look at how your eyes look. Look at how your hair is looking. Especially as women, and I'm going to go a little deep here. Stay with me. Especially as women, I always say, we show it. We show the stress of the world on us. And I don't care what nobody says, because you see, women don't carry it good. The stress, the worry, the anxiety, we do not carry it good at all. Why? Because we're not meant to live our lives like that. Now you see a man under stress and he can handle that a lot better, right? You see a man could be stressed, no sleep, none of that, and he skin glowing. Not a pimple in sight. He can just binge eat the most horrible stuff, and his skin is physique looking good, ain't gonna gain not 1 pound. Because guys, men are different. They can, that's a whole other conversation, but they're different. Their bodies deal with stress differently. A woman gets overly stressed. Oh, skin is messed up, broken out. She's gotten wrinkles, crow's feet, hair is brittle, eyes got black eyes. She's moody because we don't carry the weight of that, right? This is another reason why you got to learn how to protect your peace. I guess we're just going to go deep today. We're going to go deep because maybe somebody needs to hear it. But you have to protect your peace, right? You have to protect yourself from stress, from worry, from anxiety. You got to internally line all that up. Line it up and protect it. If there's someone or something in your life that is not in alignment with peace and calmness and what you want, you need to get rid of that person or that thing. Or what? You'll continue to be dragged. You'll continue to not only feel like crap, but look like crap. Right? I don't know what's going on out here. I don't know. Anyways, but this is the reason why I always say just women carry it differently. It's just, and it always makes me just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes me go, like, because it's just like we as women, we're beautiful. We have a light about us that is amazing. And the things of the world is what dims it, is what ages us. It's what messes it up, And you got people out there who just want to suck the life out of you, right? I mean, we are life givers. That is what we are as women. And so this is why for me, and I always say that skin is not just about skincare products, because it's not. And from my own journey, girl, I knew when I was with the wrong man. I knew when I didn't have no business being with someone because my skin, girl, skin looked crazy. And I knew, like, but once I left that situation, guess what? Skin cleared up. Skin was good. Skin looked bomb, amazing, right? And even the relationship that I'm in now, skin just stays looking good, you know? But even now in my own life, like, I don't do drama. I don't do anything that takes me out of my element. I don't worry about things. I really am all about keeping myself in alignment so that number one, my internal self is good. Stress, we all know, is not good for us. Stress can give you a laundry list of health issues. It can age you. And I'm going to tell you something. There is nothing in this world that is worth your health. Nothing in this world is worth your health. No job, no man, no bill, none of that is worth it. And the way of the world as well, I feel like the way that the world is structured, or maybe it's just America, I don't know. But a lot of it is made to keep you on the edge, keep you stressed, keep you worried, keep you this, keep you that. That is the way of the world. But that does nothing for you. It just breaks you down. It does nothing for you, right? So this is why when I get a client that comes in that I have been waxing for years, and this woman has immaculate skin, by the way. Like, I'll have a client, she doesn't never have an ingrown, she never has a breakout. She looks immaculate. And I get her, and she comes in and she's breaking out everywhere. And my thing I ask her is, you stressing? Yeah, how you know? Because your skin don't ever look like this. Your skin is a manifestation of what is going on the inside. I need for you guys to hear that again. Your skin is a manifestation of what is going on the inside. Do I have to say it again? Your skin is a manifestation of what is going on the inside. And I need to write that down for myself because that needs to go on a shirt. But let me write this down real quick. Your skin is a manifestation of what is going on the inside. Let me put that in the chat real quick, because I think that that is a really important thing that you guys need to know, is that your skin is a manifestation of what is going on the inside. I can't stress that enough. And maybe this got a little deep, but I think it's just meant for it to be heard, because for me, it's never just about skin. Let me put this in the chat real quick. That don't make any sense. Y'all know what I mean. It's like I read it back and I'm like, I'm gonna pin that real quick so you guys can see. Oh, I didn't even put it up. What did I do? Okay, hold on. I gotta put it back on there. Your skin is a manifestation of what is going on the inside. I don't know. Y'all know what I mean, though. It's a little rickety, but y'all know what I mean. And then once it pops up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pin that bad boy. So yeah, let me make sure. I'm going to pin this really quickly. Okay, cool. So, did it pin it? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. So yeah, so your skin is manifestation of what is going on the inside, right? So the skin is, it's a whole system. And like I said, there is nothing in this world that is worth your health. Um for you to be stressing about. There is nothing in this world that is worth it. A lot of times we want our skin to look our best, but we don't look internally, we're looking outwardly. We're not going, my skin is looking really bad right now. Am I drinking my water? Am I eating a well balanced diet? Am I taking vitamins? Am I breathing? Am I taking a moment and just, am I letting go of things? We're not thinking that. A lot of the times people go, oh, my skin is breaking out. Let me go grab a product and throw it on my face. Right. And I get that. But a lot of the times you have to take another look at the other side. You can't just go, let me go out and grab, these 20 products. And then you are shocked when they don't work. You're shocked when they don't work. And it's like, no, duh. You need to get what's going on internally together, right? So that's just something also that I do. I'm just really big on just breathing, meditating, journaling, just making sure that I'm staying in alignment on my inner parts. And that shows up on the outer part. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's just, we have to take care of ourselves. And as women too, like, we have so many things going on. Like, there's children, there's job, there's the husband, there's the boyfriend, there's we give to everyone outside of ourselves. And a lot of times women look up in the mirror and they see that they've forgotten about themselves. And you have to find time for yourself. I say that across the board too. You have to find time for you, because if you do not fill your own cup, how can you constantly give to others? That is the issue where you find yourself burnt out. You look in the mirror and you're like, when's the last time I got my hair done? When's the last time I did my full skincare routine? When's the last time I got my nails done? And then if you don't look good, you don't feel good. And I don't give a what nobody says, right? But when you look good, you feel good. When you eat right, you feel good. When you are giving your body what it needs and you start to see it show up, you feel good. You can take on the entire day because you feel good. But when you neglect yourself and you don't take care of yourself, and you start to see what that looks like in the mirror, you don't feel good about yourself. You don't. You don't feel good about yourself. And I don't care about none of that stuff of, oh, well, you're supposed to love yourself regardless. I get that. But as women, this is the reason why people go out and get beauty services and do this and do that. Because when you look in the mirror, you see something that you're not happy with. So you want to change it. We all want to look our best and feel our best. So you have to fill up your own cup first before you can start giving it to everybody else. Learn to say no. Learn to take the time throughout your day to take 30 minutes for yourself. Do something for you. So many women, my clients that I talk to go, oh, well, I just don't have any time for myself. I bet you do. I bet you do. Because you're sitting there watching a whole TV show or scrolling on your phone. You have that 30 minutes to an hour where you can do that, to where you can give yourself what you need to fill up your own cup. And I'm gonna be really honest with you guys too. Let's just go a little bit deeper. Sitting and scrolling on social media is not taking care of yourself. That's giving away your energy to something outside of you. That's distracting what you have going on. It's not filling your cup, it's taking from your cup even more. TV shows, yeah, that can be entertaining, but you need to do something that fulfills you, right? A lot of y'all can't even sit down silently for 10 minutes without grabbing your phone. You can't sit 10 minutes without grabbing your phone. Just sit, breathe, sort out your thoughts for the day, sort out the things that are going on in your head, and just give yourself those 10 minutes to recalibrate and then go on about what you need to do. But a lot of you guys are in a meditation and your phone dings and you're grabbing your phone immediately. Or you hear a noise and you're easily distracted, right? A lot of you guys need to learn to take that time, zone it back into yourself, and realign what needs to be realigned in yourself, right? Once you get your peace, your calmness, and all that stuff here, and you're good internally, along with eating right, drinking right, all this stuff, getting rid of the processed foods and the junk foods and the alcohol and the smoking and the vaping and all that. Once you get yourself together, your skin will show it. Your skin will improve. Then you can talk about more so zoning in on skincare products and building and doing this and doing that. But you will know that you've done the inner work. You will know that I take care of myself holistically. And now we can start to see it, with products and stuff as well. Because I'm going to be really honest with you guys too, right? Y'all be drinking all them sodas and stuff and just not even drinking an ounce of water, and you wondering why your skin is looking the way it's looking. It's really not rocket science, right? But a lot of people are so into their habits, the bad habits of things that they do, they don't even realize that those habits are taking away from them. There's nothing wrong with having a soda. There's nothing wrong with having a cookie. There's nothing wrong with none of that. But some of y'all overdo it. Some of y'all overdo it. Some of y'all overdo it, and you think a serum is going to help you? No, I'm not here to sugarcoat none of that. I don't sugarcoat it with my clients, and I'm not sugarcoating it with none of y'all. And why am I itchy? Like, what is going on? Why am I like itching? Right? We have to look at the skin as a whole system. How many times do I have to say it? Do I have to just continue to beat you guys over the head with it? You know what I'm saying? Like a whole thing. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, You guys have any questions or anything? I'm gonna open up the ground because I feel like I'm gonna open up the chat. I feel like I just be talking, but I feel like for somebody to hear, there is a lot going on outside today. Is it because it's Friday? It's raining outside, so you would think people would just be chill, but y'all, the amount of noise going on outside. But anyways, so um, so I just went on a whole rant, I feel. I tell y'all I be talking to myself on here. Ain't nobody in here. Ain't nobody in here. But yeah. So we just have to learn to take better care of ourselves. And I know right now too in the world, there's so much going on, like I understand that, the way of the world, just there's a lot going on. But if you can keep your sanity, if you can find ways to keep yourself leveled, no stress, find a way. Okay? Find a way. All right. Um, yeah, and that's pretty much it. I'm pretty like tapped. Oh my goodness. Because I want to be, I would love to have, one day I'll have more people in my lives. But I just would love to have like more conversation with you guys. And I'm not just talking to myself on here. But then again, like I'm also here to give you guys what is needed. So I don't mind it. Because when you replay it back, I'm just here to give you guys a message. I'm here to give you guys what you need for your skin. And I'm so passionate about skin. Like, it's crazy. Like, I know people say they're passionate about skin, but no, I'm passionate about skin. It's just what I do and what I talk about. I could talk about skin for days, right? But it's just my own journey with it too. Like, you guys know I went from having like acne to trying to figure out what worked for me in my acne and a whole thing. And now we're here. Now we're here. And I'm so proud of myself and how far along I've gotten on my own skincare journey that I'm always like I'm always excited to help another with their questions and stuff. So let's talk about something else really quickly. So I have been waxing for about 7, 8 years now, right? I've been waxing people. That's what I do for a living. And I'm at this crossroad where I do think it's time for me to work for myself. I work for a company and I'm really good at what I do. Let's just put it that way. I'm really good at what I do. And we're at that point now where I'm like, okay, Eunice, it's time for me to start doing my own thing, start waxing people myself. And I've been back and forth with this because right now, and I'm not saying that there is no like hope for me to step out and do my own thing. And I'm always positive about the things that I want to do. But for me, I'm a very realistic woman, right? I look at things from all perspectives. So my other counterparts, like my other people that I have worked with who are estheticians and waxers, I've seen many of them branch off and open up their own spots. And then within a couple of months, they're right back into working for the company that I work for. And I'm always like, why are you guys back here? Like, what are you guys back here for? And there's a lot of talk about like how it's just not stable enough. And we have these conversations of where even during COVID, a lot of people started waxing themselves at home. A lot of people started doing a lot of things at home. And there's just this conversation of not many people are looking for that service like they were looking for it prior to. So when I see the people that I work with and they are coming back to working for a company versus staying out on their own because they're not making enough money on their own, it also makes me go, okay, I do want to step forward I will step forward. I feel like at this point I don't have a choice. I'm being called to. But I want to make sure when I step forward and I do this in a way that I make sure it's successful. Um, I want this to be successful for me. I don't want to just jump out there and not be successful. So in the midst of all that, I think about like, what can I do that's different? Um, what can I do that is unique? What are some things that I can do to keep clients coming in? And there's also a lot of talk about people who want to come to small businesses, right? You got people who want to come to small businesses to, get their services done because they don't want to go to corporations, right? But I think right now what's going on, I don't know if it's like just economics or what's going on in the world right now, and things are expensive. And I'm seeing also a decline in my own like clientele because people are just not spending money how they used to in the industry, right? And on the flip side of all this, I am someone who is also like, people are spending money because I get clients that come in and they spend money. They get a whole like full body wax and they drop a pretty penny as a tip. And so you have that, and you're like, no, there are people that are spending money. But then you also have the other side of it where there are people who are saving their money, who are a little bit more not giving as much because of things going on. So for me, I'm taking both sides of the situations, and I'm wanting to find this middle ground that is going to work for me and for me to be successful. Because let me tell y'all something. The day I fully step away, I am not coming back. That is not an option. Okay. It's not an option. Okay. The day that I step away and I open up my own suite and my own thing to get the ball rolling, I don't want to have to backtrack to a company. And I think a lot of the times too, when it comes to the people that I worked with who have stepped away from a company, what I'm noticing is that I don't think they think further down the road. They just jump out. And then when they jump out and they notice that they're not making what they intended to make, um, maybe they didn't make a proper business plan, then they're jumping back in like, oh, okay, that didn't work. So let me jump back in and try to figure it out. And that's not something that that's something that I don't want to do. Once I jump out, I'm not jumping back in. I'm jumping out with a solid plan that is going to be successful for me to move forward, right? Then me and one of my coworkers had a conversation yesterday, and it was like, well, do you go into laser? Because that is another thing. Laser is another conversation, but laser is also something that is still like a middle ground. Because you know what, my clients, I talk to them and they're like, oh, well, laser, you got to shave. And some people don't want to do that. And it's not guaranteed because the hair does grow back. It's not permanent. And so there's this whole thing of like, do I go back to school or get some type of certification to up something, in my skills so that I can just go ahead and do something like laser? Thought about electrolysis as well. It's just so many different areas that we can go into, but this is the reality of someone who works in the industry, and it's not something that is necessarily like the easiest thing, but I don't want to be working for someone for the rest of my life. And this is not, first of all, if you would have asked me when I first got my license years ago that I was going to be waxing people, I would have laughed at you and told you, no, I'm not, right? Because first of all, I went to school to do makeup, and then I didn't do that. I ended up coming out and doing hair and makeup, right? And then I noticed that hair really wasn't for me. I was like, I'm not really liking hair. And then it went from that to, me getting waxed, and the girl was like, I think you'll make an amazing waxer. And then ended up going interviewing, and here I am 7 years in the game of waxing, and I'm really good at what I do. Let's just put it like that. I have a skill for it. It was just naturally something that was meant for me. But now we're at this point where I'm like, okay, we need to figure out what we can do on our own to get away from working for somebody else, but doing it successfully, right? Not only that, it has also been a conversation in like my relationship, and this is just the reality of it. It's been a conversation in my relationship, right? Like, I don't have any children, and I don't want to have to go and clock in for somebody else and not raise my kids. I personally don't want that. I want to be able to still raise my kids and work, or figure out something where I can still, if something happens with my kid, I can, close down for the day and go, and not have to ask somebody, can I go home? Not have to, go to somebody else to let me go home because I need to go and do something for my child, or get a day off because my kid has a doctor's appointment or a game or something that I want to be there for. I don't want to have to answer to somebody else when it comes to me wanting to have that freedom with my child. So that is another thing that I'm thinking about as well. Something that me and my man have talked about. And it's just like, yeah, no, I want that freedom as well when it comes to when I have a kid. I want to be able to just have that freedom. I don't have to, go and ask somebody, hey, I just gave birth, like, I ain't feeling it. Or, with pregnancy too, things happen. You may need to leave earlier. You may probably can't be on your feet the entire time at work. And also, to be honest too, when you are pregnant, you won't be waxing your entire pregnancy. Waxers have it's a very, labor ridden job. So it's like, if you're pregnant, you're not going to be waxing when you're 9 months, more than likely. You're not going to be bending over a body against the table with a whole baby inside of you trying to wax. So these are the things, as well as things are moving and progressing forward for me in my life. I'm just like, okay, well, I want to have children. I want to start moving the ball on certain things in my life. And these are, in order for me to see this part of it, I have to start to really reconstruct things on this end, right? And that's just the reality of it. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. And where I'm at, our clientele has dropped a lot. It's just not what it used to be. And you just start to really go like, my check isn't hitting like how it usually hits. But when you have a decline in tips and bonuses and things of that sort, you're not seeing the same amount of money. It makes a big difference, right? So yeah. So that's another thing too in this industry, is like, you have to come up with a master plan and figure out what works. And that is exactly where I'm at with this. Is like trying to figure out, what do I want to do next? And really thinking about that, because that's a move that I really want to make in the next 3 months. Yeah, that's a move that I really want to make in the next couple of months. Yeah. And then I was like, do I want to get into vajacials? Like, just do vajacials starting off? Because I think vajacials need to be done more. So many women have bikini area issues that need to be like catered to a little bit more, especially my women of color, hyperpigmentation and all that. Yeah, that needs to be taken care of, or more attending to. So yeah, you guys, so that's my little rant on what I'm doing or where this is going. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this live here tonight. Can you guys hear the rain? It's raining. I'm really happy. You know what? We need to get some thunder and lightning. Come on. You know what? It's been such a while out in LA that we've gotten some real good thunder and lightning. Like, I can't even remember the last time we got thunder and lightning. It's probably been like 3 years. Has it been? No, maybe 2 years. I remember one time I was at work and I was like in the back and I heard it just rumbling. But that was like 2 years ago or so. But I'm like, give us another nice little thunderstorm. I didn't even go outside today at all. I did not want to have to be outside in that. I was just like, I'll stay inside and mind my business. But anyways, y'all, okay, well, I'm in the live here. Thank you guys so much for watching and participating and liking the video and this live. If you guys have any other like skincare tips for me, or skincare topics or anything you guys want to talk about, please let me know. I feel like it's getting harder for me to come up with skincare topics because I feel like I talked about everything. Mind y'all, I've been on YouTube for 12 years. So I feel like I feel like I have like hit the max on things to talk about because I talked about everything. And that's another thing too I've been thinking about is reconstructing my content. But then again, I have that where I'm like, I want to do something that's different, catchy, still true to who I am, but I'm going to have to figure out how I can do that. I don't want to be a copy and paste of any other influencer because we see that happen a lot, especially with these lifestyle influencers. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm just like, if I see another copy and paste of the same aesthetic, of the same layout, like same text, like, no, I don't want to be like anyone else because I'm not like them, not like anybody else. I'm Eunice, I'm me. So it's like I don't want to have the same aesthetic as another. I don't want to talk about the same things. I don't want to come on the channel. Hi you guys. Welcome to a day in my life. Like, I don't want to do that because I just feel like it's cheesy and it's played the fuck out. It's played out. It's played out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I want to stay true to myself within this whole thing too. So it's like, yeah, we can redo, my content, but how can I do it to where it's like unique to me and it's me? Because I'm not getting on here, hey you guys, day in my life, come with me. Fake, 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 fake. Excuse me, because I can tell when it's fake too. When they got that wake up with me and the camera's already set up. Oh, wake up with you, but the camera's already set up. Who are you playing? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So yeah, I've been wanting to revamp my content as well, but until I come up with something different, I'm just gonna be me. hmm And the thing about it too is that YouTube has changed so much. From the day that I started 12 years ago to now, it's changed so much. It's just not the same. And I feel like I used to be such a YouTube girl. Like, I used to watch YouTube every day, and now I barely come on because I feel like the creators that I used to watch are not even really on here. They don't really post much on here anymore. They're more like on TikTok and Instagram. And then it's just like, it's just not what it used to be. And it's not what it used to be. And now I just feel like I said, everybody has the same aesthetic here. Like, I feel like the day in the lives, come with me. They're all wearing the same thing. They all have had the same plastic surgery. It's just copy and paste, copy and paste. And I was just like, come on. There was a time, and don't get me wrong, I love me some Aaliyah's Face. Oh my gosh. I give my hat to Leah Face. I think she has done an amazing job in her YouTube career, and I've watched her for years. But there was a time I was watching her, and what's the other girl's name? Starts with a K. Kiara, Kiana, Kiara, Kyra. Her and Kyra. And it just seemed like it was copy and paste. Like, I would watch an Aaliyah's Face vlog, and then I would go over and watch a Kyra vlog, and they looked like they had the same clothes, the same aesthetic, the same hairstyle. And I was like, what is going on? Even down to their Instagram. But now when I watch, it seems like Kyra, if I'm saying her name right, I feel like she has started to get her own, she started stepping into more of her own aesthetic. And I like that. And I'm like, okay, now y'all don't look alike. Why am I itchy? I don't know why I've been itchy today. It's crazy. But now I feel like she stepped into more of her own aesthetic, and now I like it because I'm like, that's you. That's you. But the problem with me is that I was just like, okay, you guys are looking a lot alike now. So, and don't get me wrong, because I was once like, maybe I should jump on that clean girl aesthetic too. But I feel like I naturally have a clean girl aesthetic. Like, that's just who I am. You guys see me, I'm I'm kind of a clean girl aesthetic already. But yeah, I just was like, maybe I should get into the, you know, all, but whatever. Why am I itchy? Is my skin red? A little bit? Maybe I'm allergic to something. I did put on the scented body butter. Maybe that's why. I can't be using stuff on my skin. But yeah, so I don't want to fall into the baddie aesthetic or the clean girl aesthetic, even though I feel like I'm pretty much a clean girl aesthetic already. But I don't know. I just want to stay unique to me and not fall into any of these like trends or aesthetics. Because when YouTube first started years ago, it wasn't like that. Everybody got on camera and they were who they were. And that's why we follow people. That's why we love them. Baby, let me tell you, we didn't have the 4D cameras. People got on their webcams looking like whatever and was just themselves. And that's what drew people to you subscribing to their channels and all that. Now people just follow the aesthetic they want to start off with the whole filters and the big old cameras and the lights and the background. It's just like that's what's taken away from the wholeness of I feel YouTube. There was a girl, oh, who was it? Samage. I watched Samage for years before she had her kids, when she was with her first husband. And there's another girl I used to watch, she used to do like Nick's reviews and all that. And they had basic cameras using their laptop cameras, their web cameras, and filming. And the quality wasn't good, but they blew up. They blew up and became big YouTubers, you know? And I just feel like the authenticity of YouTubers is just not there anymore. And you don't know who is on screen because they are who they are, or who is on screen because they want to fit a mold and get big off of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's why one thing about Aaliyah's Face, and I really do like Aaliyah's Face, like she's one of my favorite YouTubers, because I've seen her journey. I've seen her go from here to here. You get what I'm saying? And it wasn't her being not herself or her being, and it was none of that. Even when she was living with that man, her boyfriend, and they broke up and he was doing stuff to kind of like ride her coattail in a way, I felt, you know, but she's been herself. She's been who she is from day one to now. And she's taken us on the journey. And I'm very proud of her as a YouTuber. And whenever I see like the YouTubers that I follow and I see their lives, like who else? Oh, Tiffany Darling. Tiffany Darling. I don't know if you guys know her either, but when her and TJ got together, and I think like they were living at her mom's house or something. Her and TJ got together. This was before, I think she was a cheerleader and all. This was before they got together, got married, built their house from the ground up, and had 4 children. Like I've watched their lives unfold as well. And it's just like, Tiffany used to do her little makeup videos and stuff like that in her room. And now she's a home mom with a home and a wife. Like crazy. It's just crazy. Even Raven Elise, I watched Raven Elise before she had her baby, and she was doing YouTube, and then now she's like doing her whole interior design stuff, and she's really big with that. And she's a very creative, you know. And then Alyssa Forever, I watched her too. She did her thing in the hair community, but then she also went through something. That girl went through something mentally, and she's been very quiet. Like she hasn't posted much of anything. She's been away off of the YouTube scene, but she looks like she's doing well last time I've seen. Jackie Aina, I remember Jackie Aina was big on YouTube. She started off with really being about, you know, women of color and these holding these makeup brands accountable. And look at her. Look at where she's at. She got her own brand of perfume and candles, and you know, she's married and she has her home and she's just doing amazing for herself. So it's like I see these YouTubers and where they started and where they're at now, and that is where I'm just like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And they live their own lives. They're not following anybody else. If you look at these YouTubers that have the old school YouTubers though, the ones who have gone along, I say old school like they old, but like the 2000 like YouTubers to like the early 2000s to like where they are now, and you see where they're at and how they all have leveled up, but they're all individual. They're not copying each other, or they're not this, or they're not that. They live their own lives, and they showed us along the way, and just amazing, just amazing. I'm trying to think of another one. Who's another YouTuber that I've watched? Let's get into some family YouTubers. I think Gabe and Babe. I watched them for a while. Why am I itchy? What is going on? What is going on? Gabe and Abe. Watched them for a while before they had their two children. I've also watched Sandy, her husband, before they had their twins. Like, I just been on this whole thing, so it's just like it's good to see like these YouTubers like go, and they still uploading to YouTube. It's like some of them have though, like some of them haven't forgotten about YouTube. They're still applying to YouTube, but they also have utilized these other, realms. Oh, you love Megs. I see her more on Facebook. Oh, and Brittany Gray. I see her more on Facebook too. And she has put up some YouTube videos, but more so on Facebook. Why am I itchy? And I wasn't itchy until like some minutes ago. What's going on? I don't know. I'm just like, anyways, we've been on here for an hour and I have just been running my mouth. Okay. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning into this live. Thank you, everybody who has watched. If you have not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, join the skincare family, and definitely make sure to check out all my playlists for all the videos you may need to help out with your skin concerns. And I will see you guys in another live. Bye.